You guys know I love reacting to a variety of creators. I watch a variety of creators, and recently what I've been noticing is some of my personal taste or the way that content has been changing from some of the creators that I watch have been kind of restricting me from doing content from or some of the things that they've done. For instance, over in the past, there's been a few creators that I've reacted to that have flagged my videos as content ID match, and that's pretty much like, it's not a copyright strike, right? It's not a real bad thing. It's just basically they're claiming the revenue that I produce for them, and they have every reason and right to do stuff like this. But because the SCP Foundation or all content around it is basically Creative Commons, meaning that it's shared free, you know, you can freely share it and alter it and react to it and stuff like that. It's almost like them saying, we really wouldn't want you to keep reacting to our content, and that's cool, you know what I mean? That's within everybody's reason. I'm not mad at them. A lot of people say reactions are a form of low effort content, and just because I like them and you like them doesn't mean that all creators are flattered by it, so that's okay. Other than that, there's also been a few creators that have changed their content style over the years, much to the same as I have on my gaming channel. And you know, when stuff like that happens to the point to where you don't really like this type of stuff that they're putting out, you kind of just stop watching them. And there's been a few channels recently that I've felt like that about. Their content has just changed drastically. I'll give you a really good example, and this is no bad blood, okay, or me talking bad about their choices or anything like that. But SCP Explained, for instance, has been doing a different style of video where they kind of put SCPs versus things outside the SCP universe. And while some of it is novel and cool, and I do like really interesting other themes and universes like the Backrooms, I have been a little bit disenchanted by the way they've done some stuff. Like, for instance, they put one out recently about Venom being contained in the SCP Foundation. Like, Venom from the Marvel or DC universe, I forget which one, please forgive me. But it's like the superheroes, like from the Spider-Man movie and stuff. And you know, some of that stuff is just, it's a little bit too just off-putting for me personally. Like, again, nothing, their animation style and their dictation and their narration is still really cool, and their ideas are fresh. It's just not exactly what I want to react to. So you might see a little bit of reduction in frequency to reacting to those creators. In the meantime, I have been really enjoying Backrooms content, and today, I want to react to a creator that I've never reacted to, but a bunch of people have requested, and his name is Broogli. Now, he breaks down Backrooms levels and Backrooms entities in a really fun and entertaining way, and even though I'm not really sure if he's cool with doing reactions for his content, I'd like to give it a try for you guys. And also, if he flags my content, well, see, Backrooms content is kind of like the SCP Foundation content. It's all Creative Commons, so I'm perfectly within legal range to do it. But you know how that goes. Some creators just don't like it. So we're going to see how he reacts and how you guys react, and of course, how I react. Listen, regardless of what happens from here on out, please subscribe to Broogli. He's a really interesting creator, and I really think you guys would like him if you like Backrooms content. Subscribe to me if you like reaction videos, and let's get into this one.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Broogli channel.
Hi, Broogli.
Today I have a really cool
What's
video where I'm actually going over 2 custom Backrooms entities that I myself created. I wrote some lore, some details, some physical descriptions. I created the designs for the entities, and I really think you're going to enjoy how they turned out.
Now, this is super interesting because he's creating his own. It's kind of like the way that SCP Illustrated creates stories around SCP entities that were written into the wiki. It's not the same process, but to create an entity or a Backrooms level, you have to have a certain format, and you have to request access and all this other stuff in order to get your articles submitted and accepted, of course. So these are 2 custom entities, I guess. So let's go for it.
I'm pretty proud of them, so let me know your thoughts below.
Okay.
And I also want to make this into a series where I go over all the custom levels and entities that I make.
Interesting.
So just let me know if you want that, because I sure want to do it. Without further ado, let's get right into the video, shall we?
Animarums.
The first Backrooms entity that I'm going to talk about today is called the Animarums, and the word Animarum is actually Latin for souls. These entities were recently discovered wandering deep inside the wilderness of levels 47 and 14.
Can you imagine
they physically have
woods?
white, smooth skin and black eyes, lips, and hair. Although, an interesting note is that their hair and eyes don't have biological features like a human's. Instead, they look like they're a liquid that's constantly waving and moving when they move.
Alright.
Kind of like this guy from the Pirates of the Caribbean, if you've ever seen that movie. They'll just be walking on the ground and their hair will be moving up like they're underwater, but they're not. Their bodies are white as well, but they have black streaks flowing down them that end at their feet. And this liquid that makes up their eyes, hair, mouth, and body is thought to be liquid silence because they don't make any noises when they walk. In fact, that's a pretty creepy part of this entity. They don't make any sounds. Heights and weights of this creature vary widely, but most of them are actually surprisingly small. Even though only a handful have been seen, the estimate is that they're 2 to 4 feet tall. Males are typically thicker and have the black liquid as facial hair and minor body hair on the arms, and the women are typically thinner and have thicker black hair on their heads. The motivations of the Animarums are completely unknown as of right now, and only a handful have even been seen deep into the woods. There's been no houses found, no villages found, no camps or anything like that, so no one knows where they stay at, although some people think they live in the trees or on tree branches. They typically just stare directly at you from far away and will continue to stare at you without breaking eye contact or blinking until they get bored or leave the level. No one has been attacked so far by one of these, but you never know. They have been seen wielding tools that are made out of the same black liquid that covers their bodies, but the only tool that's even been seen is a staff type of thing that they used to walk around with. The way these creatures move around the woods is probably the most unnerving part about them, minus the fact that they have voidless eyes and mouths and are made up of liquid silence, because they can seemingly swim through the air when they're not on the ground. If they want to be up in a tree, they'll just start kicking their legs like they're swimming upwards, and they'll just float directly up. Or if they want to come down from a tree branch, they'll swim like they're going downwards in a pool. And they'll just swim straight down to the ground and then start walking normally once they hit it. It's obviously unknown how they do this or what purpose it has, but it's pretty creepy to say the least. They kind of move in the air like that girl from Hereditary. The images that I've been showing you are artistical recreations of 5 different sightings of the Animarums. As I said, they're passive right now, but they also just got discovered. So they might not even know if they want to be aggressive.
Okay. Alright, that was personal. That's really, really cool design, though.
The second and the last entity that I've created for today's video are called lockjaws. These are semi-humanoid, semi-quadruped creatures that live in levels with bodies of water. They don't live in the water all the time, but they seem to need it often. Lockjaws are comically skinny and elongated, with long, spindly legs and arms that end in slightly webbed fingers and toes. Most of the sighted ones are over 10 feet tall on 2 legs and around 6 feet tall on the shoulders when they're on all 4s. The lockjaw entities are very, very dangerous because of their ability to move quickly to catch victims. They've been seen hiding in the water of levels, waiting to jump out to the banks of the water and drag people underneath it to their demise.
So they
cannot close their mouths further than the images you're seeing, which is where the nickname lockjaws came from. However, they can open their mouth very widely in order to bite on their prey.
So they can
their teeth don't seem to be made out of bones because they're relatively flat, which carnivores don't typically have flat teeth. Instead, it's thought that each tooth is a sharp, square piece of metal, something like a razor blade, that's been jammed down into their gums. On top of all that scary stuff, a lockjaw's resting face is this creepy, constant smile or surprised look, and it never changes. Even if they're underwater, or above water, or eating someone, the face never changes. The mouth is the only thing that opens and goes back to being slightly closed. Now, lockjaws don't hunt in packs or anything, and they're extremely rare to come across. In fact, they only recently got discovered when someone was fishing on level 28, and it jumped out of the water and dragged them under. It is thought that the noses on lockjaws act as sort of gills to breathe underwater and above water.
Alright.
So it's unknown how that mechanic works. But either way, I wouldn't want this to be the last face I saw while I'm being dragged to the bottom of the ocean and eaten.
God. I like it.
Yeah, that is it for the video. I really hope you enjoy these creatures. I had a fun time coming up with the lore for them and using AI to create the images and faces. If you want me to do more, I would be glad to, because I really think they're interesting, and I could make like an entire Broogli creature catalog if you all want that.
So yeah, that was a lot different, wasn't it? The Backrooms have a ton of different levels and entities and all of these very, very talented people that are submitting info to this wiki and creating things just like Broogli did today. And in general, there's a lot of stuff that I could do. So I could easily sprinkle this in along with SCP reactions if you guys are interested. In real life, my situation is getting a little bit easier to manage with all of the work that I have outside, and we have everything settled in. So I know I've been saying this for a while, but I will be increasing frequency of uploads on the channel. I'm not gonna make any promises or whatever. You'll just see it when it starts happening. At any rate, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Really, guys, without being disrespectful, you can be as critical as you need to be. Let me know if you don't want to see any of this stuff on the channel. Let me know if you like to see stuff like this on the channel, or if there's other creators that you recommend. Normally, if you leave links, it'll filter out those links, but I still get to read them. Or you can just mention the creator and I'll go dig if I'm interested in checking them out, as well as SCP content for recommendations too. You guys know I'm completely open to suggestion. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to subscribe to Broogli. Subscribe to me if you like reaction videos too. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off, and we'll see you next time.